Tired of working so hard for a tiny check and having nothing to show for it? What if I told you the Bible holds the secrets to not just surviving, but thriving financially? Stick around, because I'll share 7 biblical money principles that will transform your finances forever. If you're like most Christians, you work hard, but it feels like your paycheck disappears the second it hits your account. Maybe you've prayed for a financial breakthrough, but you still feel stuck, living paycheck to paycheck. I've been there, and it's frustrating. But here's the truth. God has already given us the tools in His Word to manage money wisely, and I'm here to show you how. Most of us think the problem is our income. It's just too small, right? But the Bible teaches us something different. It's not about how much you make. It's about how faithful you are with what you already have. Without a plan, our money just slips through our fingers. That's why today, we're breaking down 7 simple biblical principles to help you save, even on a low income. Principle number 1, be a good steward of what you have. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." God calls us to manage the resources we have, no matter how small. Start by tracking every single dollar. You don't need fancy apps. Just grab a notebook or use a simple tool like the Every Dollar app. When you track your money, you can finally see where it's going and take control. Principle number 2, create a written budget. Proverbs 21:5 reminds us, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit." A written budget isn't restrictive, it's freeing. Write down all your expenses. Categorize them. Make sure every dollar has a purpose. When you know where your money is going, you'll stop feeling like it's disappearing. Principle number 3, focus on your basic necessities, 4 walls. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "Anyone who does not provide for their relatives has denied the faith." Your 4 walls, food, housing, utilities, and transportation, should be your top priority. Cover these first, and then focus on other expenses like savings or debt repayment. This ensures your family is secure and gives you a strong foundation to build on. Principle number 4, avoid debt and use the snowball method. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The borrower is slave to the lender." Debt keeps us stuck, but you can break free using the snowball method. Start by paying off the smallest debt first, then roll those payments into the next one. It's simple, it's motivating, and it works. Principle number 5, plan for the future. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." Write down your financial goals. Whether it's saving for an emergency fund or giving more to your church, having a clear vision gives you something to work toward. Pray over your goals and trust God to guide you. Principle number 6, use resources wisely and avoid waste. John 6:12 teaches us, "Gather up the leftover fragments, that nothing may be lost." Save money by meal planning, using coupons, and buying only what you need. Small changes like these show God that you're serious about being a faithful steward. Principle number 7, trust God's provision. Philippians 4:19 says, "My God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus." Remember, it's not about what you don't have, it's about trusting God with what you do. When you're faithful, He will provide. Here's the big idea. God isn't asking you to be perfect, He's asking you to be faithful. When you manage your money with intention, He can multiply even the smallest income. The secret to thriving isn't about earning more, it's about trusting God and applying His wisdom. I have seen countless Christians transform their finances by following these principles. Whether they started with $20,000 a year or less, they began to save, pay off debt, and find financial peace. And I've applied these steps myself. I can tell you firsthand, they work. Imagine this, having enough money to cover your bills, save for the future, and still give generously to others. Imagine the peace that comes from knowing you're managing your money the way God intended. It's possible, and it starts with these 7 steps. Think you need a big paycheck to save money? The truth is, the Bible shows us how to thrive even on a tiny income. So remember, be a good steward, create a budget, focus on the basics, avoid debt, and trust God. These simple steps can transform your finances and your life. You don't need a higher income. You just need faith and a plan. If this video inspired you, subscribe for more tips on living out biblical principles and finding financial peace. Let's honor God together.